All right, greetings everyone. Welcome back to A Team Trading Strategies for the overnight Thursday session. So, just doing a quick recap of the previous day's action. We were pretty bullish most of the day. Made a new high and a lower low. Blod. It's a combo of the slod and the plod. Previous low of day and the session low of day. All right, so we did come back here and retest, and now we've come back up. Got a nice big green candle forming at the beginning of the next day's session. So remember, the futures market, right, closes at 4 p.m., goes on till 5, and then you have a pause from 5 to 6, and 6 p.m. begins the next trading session for on in through Friday. So we trade at nights because I'm a working man. I'm Joe, just a regular Joe, just like all of you, most of you out there. And yeah, just trying to get better at futures trading. Did pretty good on my call this morning. As I said at the end of last night's session, I was going to go get a call tomorrow because yeah, it was looking super bullish, and sure enough, it continued on into the morning. Bought a call early in the day, just right about 10 minutes after market open, and made a good little profit. I'll show you what I did. Let's see here. Let's look at the previous day's action earlier today. Boop, 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 boop. Yeah, so let's see here. Right around here, you had the market open and came down a little bit, and then you had that big swing up to make a new high. And yeah, so I bought a call just around here somewhere. Suffered a little bit of pain, but it wasn't long before we went on up. And when we got to about here, near the high of day, probably around here, I just got out of my call. I was expecting a little reversal around this area, but sure enough, it did. And then it climbed steadily up again. And then at close, you had a big drop, right? So don't know what all that is about, really. I haven't taken the time to really think about it. Could be profit take, could be more shorts. I don't know. Have no idea. But right now, we are at near the POC, and the POC is near the high of the day. So um, let's see. Let's just examine this movement a little bit more. We are at the top of the one standard deviation of the VWAP. VWAP has expanded pretty good. We're towards the top of the RSI indicator. It's coming on down. Purple beneath the gold right now, so a little bit of a bearish indicator there. But this POC, we're going to have to see how it acts. It might just go ahead and flip and just come down to the next level. These levels are marked off from the previous days, but it looks like it's been, this level at least, has been respected pretty well. Yeah, price seems to treat that level as something. I don't know. But let's see. Let's see what we're looking at here as far as this trend up. So we had a big gap down, right? Boom. And then consolidation and maybe more distribution going up. Not really sure yet. Need to examine this a little bit better. So we see the move up. A little bit loss of volume on the way up and low volume now. So it may just be hanging out up here to retest the POC and just break on through. How far, I'm not really sure, but maybe good for a short scalp to start the day. So yesterday I did wind up losing on that hold. They came down and got me, stopped me out for a 775 loss. But I did make that 325 gain before that. All right, and left the runner there. But unfortunately, all in all, I lost. So combo those two together, I lost about 400. on our paper account. I blew the prop firm account yesterday, but as I said, I had nothing on the line, and I don't know. I may think about resetting it later. I have no idea. If it's not too expensive, but here we go. So we're gonna just be looking at this chart for a second and looking for our first entry. I'm seeing a downtick on this. We will just stick with the 5 minute, but we will take a look at the 1 minute. I mean, just for fun. Yeah, steady decline in volume, so we may be due for a drop past the top of this VWAP. Maybe just bounce off of this POC. So we're just going to see if it just comes down to the POC, and then once it comes back down for another, when it bounces, we're going to look for a reversal somewhere up here for an entry, because I do believe on the second retest we'll probably be going through. It may just channel a little bit though. Not really sure. But I think we're okay with the levels here. Yeah, let's just, we're going to delete some of this. Because, I mean, look, we had this whole move up, so lots of liquidity left behind. So we're going to see if it takes it out. I do believe the bottom is in for now. I mean, until something changes my mind. But from what I've seen in the volume from last night and yesterday's trading and all of last week, even though there was less volume, I think I'm convinced to be a bull for now. Even though I am taking this short, but I think there's a longer pullback before we continue to go up. So even though I'm a bull overall, at this moment I think I'm a little bearish. So just clearing up some levels just to get a better picture, so I don't get confused with all these lines. Just want to see where the actual key levels are most recently. So let's just mark these levels off real fast. I don't know if we're going to be coming down this far. Oops. But we'll see. You never know. And it's always best, I think, just to have these marked off beforehand. Oh, this is all in the 1 minute, though. Oops. Let's do this. Let's go to the 5 minute and mark these levels off, because we're going to be trading the 5 minute, really. So we'll just move those accordingly. Let's see, 5 minute, right? Okay, here we go. And that's the POC. So we'll leave that there. We'll go ahead and bring a line up there. Bring this line up here. So we had a little pullback up there. Another key level. And then we'll put one more here. Boom. Okay, we'll lock that in. Alright, so I'm seeing a rejection off of this. And decline in volume. Purple under the gold. Not in oversold territory for sure. And we're not too far from the POC. So we're just going to wait. Going to be a little patient. We're developing ourselves, and my biggest problem is I am very impatient, and I wind up in bad entries. And I wind up in pain for a little bit longer than I like. So yeah, we're not going to do that. We're going to go back to what worked. We're just going to trade 2 contracts at a time and move our stops down accordingly. Maybe we'll catch a big swing. Maybe it's due for a big swing down. I don't know when. That's the problem. Timing is the issue, right? So when it does break through the POC, which I do expect it to, I will be looking for a bounce off of this level and maybe go long. Either that or off the VWAP, the center of the VWAP. But got our key levels marked up here. We're actually going to move that up. There we go. Due to the volume profile, and we'll move this down a little bit. Just to get a better, more accurate picture of where the actual liquidity would be. All right. So there we go. And there is the low of day. Could probably just move that up a little bit. There you go. Find that. Okay, we're good to go. And we're going to mark one more off. We're going to mark the top of this off there. That could be another key level. I don't know. All right, so let's get this party started. Let's see how it treats the POC. Okay. Oh, and also I've decided, doing this every night is just a little too much, especially when I run over the hours there, run over my hour. So I'm just gonna do this 4 days a week. Actually 5 days, right? Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and we're gonna not do this on Fridays and Saturdays. So I don't want to overdo it. I'm getting pretty tired. When it comes to it, even now, I'm like, should I really make this video? I don't really want to. But I do. I do. It's just, it gets a little tiring. You gotta upload after it's all done and all that. So, yeah, we're gonna take a break tomorrow. And I'm gonna adjust the trading hours on the YouTube channel. Anyway, let's just wait and see what happens here. So if you notice on the volume profile, right, we got like two large bars about equal size. So really this whole range is like an area of interest, area of control. It's not just really pinpoint. It never really is, but you always get a little range. But if you look at here, no volume through here, right? So I suspect we're going to come right back through here. Unless, they would just want to take this further up. But if they take it further up, there's going to be more resistance. So I think we got a lot more opportunity to the downside than the upside right now. So we're going to be watching our volume levels here. Again, steady decline. And we got a little wick, but I don't think that's going to hold up. And I think, you know what? I'm going to go ahead. I think this is it. So, yeah, same thing. Sell to, right? Market. And then we're going to sell. All right. And we're going to move our stop loss. No more than 500, right? Risking each trade. We're not going to do it. We're not going to move our target price. Again, my strategy that I'm using right now is just to move our stop accordingly when the time comes. So, lock in a profit and see what happens. So when it gets down to the POC, which I suspect it will, we will go ahead and move our stop, lock in our profit, whatever this is, and see if it just breaks on through. And if it does, we get a big win. Okay. See if we could turn around this losing streak we're on right now. Let's just see how this goes, though. So, looking back on it, hindsight, right? I should have probably just entered one contract, moved my stop up high. Then when it broke through, just went ahead and added to my position and moved my stop down. This stop right here is a little tight for me right now. But hey, whatever. We lose, we lose. We'll just keep on trucking. A little melody for you. Just do some noodling. Just got to keep my calluses, I don't want to lose. I love playing the guitar. I've been playing it since I was a kid, and I always just did it for fun. And it's good for me. I like it. Oops. Oh, I think this thing's tuned. Sounds okay, right? Doesn't sound too bad. Doesn't sound too out of tune to me. Yeah, I like this guitar. It stays in tune pretty good. I usually like sometimes I've left it sitting for like a month, and I come back to it. It's still perfectly tuned. All right. Anyway, Trey's looking good. I see no signs of turning on us just yet, so I feel safe. Okay, so is it about time to move our stop down? I'm not sure. It's just such low volume on these red candles, it's hard to tell. I'm gonna go ahead and lock it in. Well, we're gonna go ahead and lock it a $200 profit. There we go. Now we're assured, right? Our first trade is a winner winner chicken dinner. I don't like to lose, but I've grown to accept it when I do. But hey, look, we're still ahead on our notional account there, our paper trading account. I am just treating it like 10,000 a dollar account. You know, that's why I'm not moving my stops way out there and risking too much. I think 500 a trade is reasonable on $10,000 account. Think about it. You would, in order to go from 10,000 to zero real fast, you'd have to scalp and lose 20 trades in a row, I guess, but maybe not. You probably wouldn't have enough margin to cover the brokerage margin when you get down to a certain level. But in any case, you know, losing 10 trades in a row. Can you do that on purpose? I think you'd be pretty skilled if you could actually do that. So, you know, but again, as I said yesterday, I don't really have my stops expecting to lose. And it's not about risk to reward for me. It's about not blowing the account with one trade. That's all, really. I mean, if this stop was up here, I really wouldn't care either because you know what? Either I'm right or I'm wrong. And again, whatever number you got on there, just be comfortable with it, you know? Be comfortable with it. Whatever your style is, we all have different methods. Whatever works for you. And I don't like guys that, like, you know, criticize dollar cost averaging or stop losses and think that their method is like the greatest way. You know, all they do that for is just to like, it's just a gimmick and they're just trying to sell stuff, really. Really, it's whatever works for you. Find out what it is and then do it. So let's see here. We're right at the POC. Go ahead and break through, and if it doesn't, we still gain $200, and we may go ahead and look for a long. Because I mean, if you look at the momentum here, it's declining, right? And we're dropping. So people also call this a bull flag, but I'm not so sure. We still got a lot of liquidity here, like a lack of liquidity. So if it breaks and it breaks this level, we're going down pretty quick to the VWAP and to this key area right here. And all that really means is like that was just the most recent time, the last time that buyers and sellers found a fair value at. So they call these like fair value gaps, you know, which simply means not as many buyers and sellers agreed to a price in this area. So people, when they see that, they call that a gap and they usually make that their targets. You would make that your target right now if you were a true Care Bear. I'm not a true Care Bear anymore. I've been converted. I'm a bully now. Sometimes you got to change your mind, right? Especially when you're losing. So let's see. We're seeing a little bounce. Let's see if it breaks through. You know what? If it breaks through, I'm going to go ahead and put. Hmm, I think right there would be a good limit or buy stop, buy limit. I think it would be a buy stop that we would want to put there. No, I guess it's a buy limit order. Okay, there we go. Put a buy limit order there. And we'll worry about our stop afterwards. We'll see what. So we'll just do one contract. Because the stop would be way too high for our risk management. So yeah, that might be a little too low. Let's go and move it up a little bit. Oh man, kids are yelling in there. Anyway, so here we go. Here we go. Looks like it's flipping the POC. So my call might be good. You know, got my little buy. Let's see what a stop would look like. 350. Yeah, I'm gonna leave it at one. Come on, what's going on? How do I? Oh yeah, modify order. Put the stop in later. If it breaks through, if it breaks through, this actually might be a good spot to enter in long. We're getting more volume, showing more resistance. So we may just enter in here and then target up here. We'll wait and see. I'm not going to think about things too much tonight. I mean, I'm just too tired, and I think I've been overthinking, actually. I think it's just been hurting me in my trades. As I said, we're just practicing, right, until these things are second nature. And I'm just going to evaluate something tonight, like see if I get my old brain out of the way, if I don't do a little better. So I'm putting my limit down a little lower because you never know about these stop hunts. I mean, if they do a stop hunt like this all the way down here, just to go up really quick, that would be pretty surprising to me. I think I'm pretty close to the range of stops for 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 buyers there for long entries, but I think everybody would probably be no more than probably four ticks down from that bottom wick there. But this is the true area there. You know what? I think maybe I should make these bars just a little thinner. Let's see if we could do that. Visibility. Wait. Styles, width, percent of the box. I don't know what that means. Value, area, volume. I don't know what that is. Let's see what happens if I decrease this to 10. What does it do? Ah, okay. Makes it bigger. So let's do this. Row size. Let's say 50? What happens if I do that? Okay. Yeah, that's a little better. So yeah, you see the range a little clearer at least. That way it's more clear, like, hey, got a key level there. So we're coming down, right? But more volume there, and it poked up. So it was a rejection, but it's showing me that there's buying pressure in that candle. Now, if the wick was to the bottom, no, I don't know. I'm not gonna think too much about this. I'm just gonna go with feeling. Feeling. I'm gonna evaluate how my second nature is. Just going without thinking too much, keeping it simple, right? We don't need to get too complicated. We're just day trading here, in the moment, reacting to what's happening on the chart. And we see support off that level so far. This might be a good entry for a long here. But I really don't think there's an edge. I mean, it's a very short scalp anyway. Yeah, see. It's probably going to go back to the top of that upper band of the VWAP and just come right back down. And we may actually enter short again. Could be a mistake, though. Could be about ready to bounce out of there. Maybe an OCO order would be in play, huh? A sell limit and a buy limit. I don't know. Do not know at this moment. Seeing some battling going on, though. I'm going to go ahead and move this up a little bit. If that's a stop hunt, that's a stop hunt, right? And I think I'm going to go ahead and increase it to 2. There we go. And then the stop loss. We right there, 500. Oh yeah, duh. I keep thinking short. Oh shoot. Yeah, no, that's not good. That's not what I want to do at all. Yes. No, that's a short. It's a sell limit. Oh, dumb dumb. Sell 2, stop. There we go. And then the stop loss would be up here. What was I thinking? Okay. I'll place that order in. But yeah, it looks like it's going on up. Getting a little bit more volume coming in. They're going up to test that level again. I should probably be entering in short there. You know what? I'm going to enter in short up here. Cancel that. Yes. And we're just going to enter in market. Trade. Create a new order. Sell 2. At market. There we go. And we're in. And we're going to do the same thing, as we did before. Put our stop up here, 500. Risking 500. And we'll see how she acts when she gets down to that POC again. And we may just go ahead and lock in a small profit. Nah, we're just gonna say, hey, we've been wiping out that liquidity. They really want to push it down. I'm pretty confident we're still up here, so I'm just gonna let it ride and until it gets down to here. When we reach this target, we'll go ahead and lock in half of the range for a profit here. Let's see how this plays out. Yeah, so at first, I was thinking about just go ahead and locking it in there, but you know what? That's too fast. I would have been stopped out already. So that's not the real trade I'm going for. I'm not treating that POC as if it's a target. I'm expecting it to go through. That's the bet. That is the bet. And why would I change my bet? If I'm going to change my bet, then shouldn't have never made the trade in the first place. But we're committed. Let's do it. hopefully, I'm hoping that this resistance holds up and it just comes right back down right through the POC. I'm really I'm really eyeing this right here. And you know what? That may be my undoing. It may be my undoing. We'll see. We'll see. It's not over yet. I probably FOMO'd a little bit on that one. I mean, I think I came in a little early on that. Probably should have waited for the next candle. That is a bullish engulfing candle, in case you didn't know. And usually that's a sign to go long. But we'll see. I was thinking it would just be a little bounce and come on back down. Might still be correct, you know. It's not a loser yet, not until we get stopped out and realize it. So we're in a quantum state right now. So what is it? What do they call it? A superposition or something? I don't remember the terms. I think it's interesting stuff though. Or quantum physics. But I am liking the look of that candle. I think this would have been a much better entry, especially if this turns red. It's got it's about to close out, so it's a good sign. It's a good sign that we do have sellers up there. So let's just see. Let's see. It's turning red. Let's go. I'm waiting for the wifey to bring me some coffee. I need some energy. It's like on one hand, I know I should trust these levels more, but I don't know the way I was getting stop hunted out last night. I'm a little paranoid. A little paranoid. It's like sometimes levels don't even matter, man. When they bump that price up beyond that level for like 4 ticks or 5 ticks, and then what are you gonna do? And then you just see a big old wick and the collapse of all your hopes and dreams. You know. uh, if you're wondering why I'm saying I'm bullish and I'm shorting, I entered in 2 short trades. I'll tell you why. It's because we're so close to the session high of day and the previous high of day. I don't expect us to go and make new highs overnight. I expect us to come down here, maybe range in this level or this level. We got a big range of the candle, you know. Here's the previous low, I believe. Yeah. So let's see here. Yeah, it bounced off of this demand zone. Oh wait, I don't know. No, it's right here. Goodness, I'm tripping. Why do I have a blue line down here? I think it was to mark off a previous low, but I don't need that right now. I'm just gonna let that go. And yeah, this weekend I'm probably gonna reevaluate this chart and just adjust my zones because I'm not so sure how valid these zones are right now. This is probably now our demand zone. Our demand zone has probably come up to here. This supply zone is shrinking, shrinking. So we'll see. And you know, I know a lot of people pay attention to the news and stuff. I do not. Again, as I said, I think it's already pre-planned. They know what they're gonna do. It's just never let a good crisis go to waste, or never let good news go to waste either. So it's just, hey, the quicker that they can execute their movements and their pre-planned movements, the faster we can move along with this plan, the more money they can make, and the fatter everybody's retirement accounts will be, hopefully. Oh, I tell you what, my wife is awesome. She just brought me some coffee, ready to go. Let's wake up. Let's get some energy in this play, huh? Oh, been staying up too late, and on top of that, I got two baby boys that love to wake up during the night, wake us up. So was pretty feeling pretty sluggish today. But you know what? I decided I'm gonna get up here anyway because I believe in this project, and I believe that once we get enough subscribers, 50 subscribers to go live. So please, um, if you think this project has some potential, please share the video, and please subscribe if you haven't. Please like and subscribe and share so we can get this thing up off the ground, and we'll get a polling system in place, and we'll start voting on our trades. All right, let's do it. So if I don't see a fast move past that POC range out of here soon, I'm just gonna go ahead and take profit on the next scalp. This thing looks, it has indications of wanting to bust out of here pretty quickly. So we can always just exit this trade with, you know, a little profit, and reevaluate and see if we're actually going up. But I still want that big swing down. That's a lot of profit there. A lot of profit to be taken. I still think we have way more uh, potential to the downside than the upside right now at this moment. But we'll see. We'll see how my thinking works out. I could pay for it, but we'll see. Yeah, we're gonna get stopped out. Looks like. Okay, that was a loser. We're gonna regroup, see what's happening here. I expect maybe this is a true bull flag, right? So we were up, up. Maybe we're consolidating and waiting for a breakout. Waiting for a breakout. So maybe all this is just profit taking from the longs. Maybe they're just ready to keep pushing. We'll see. Let's wait for a little pullback. We'll re-enter, and we're gonna re-enter long, and we're gonna put our stops down there, and hopefully my previous idea doesn't work out like I thought it was. Fair value gaps or fair value gaps, but don't get hypnotized by them. Sometimes you just gotta let that shiny thing go. It's the whole monkey grabbing the banana in a jar, type of deal. So sometimes you just gotta let it go, else you're gonna get your head chopped off. So I'm not too worried about that loss. Uh, I am expecting a pretty big swing tonight at some point. And as long as I can catch it, we'll be all right. We'll be golden. As long as we make our wins bigger than our losses, we're doing good. And since I'm just practicing on a paper trading account, and I do expect to blow this account like eventually, I don't think my skills are there yet. But I don't know. We'll see how it goes. I mean, we're practicing, right? So I have no limits on the number of trades. I have no limits on the amount I'm willing to lose. I tried to take that prop firm account yesterday a little bit more serious, but again, I want it for free, so none of my own money's on the line there. I am glad that on the bright side, it did set me up for a good options play today, this morning, and it turned out to be correct. So I'm glad about that. And I think paper trading the market at night has helped me a lot with my contract entries in the morning. Because it used to be, I would just wake up and look at what the market's doing right then and there, and then I would just enter long and short on an options trade. It worked out about half the time. But I've been on a winning streak for my options contract, so we're just going to keep it going. And what I see overnight really does influence me a lot on the next day's play as far as the options contracts go. So it gives me a little bit more info. So we're seeing a little pullback here, maybe. But again, with such a slow market, and this is, I should probably change this to ticks. That might actually help me out a lot, but I don't know. It's been working out so far for me, you know. Even though I have been on a little bit of a losing streak, I've won so far more than I've lost. And most of my wins came just trading the 5 minute chart just like this. So here, if I see, I'll let you know what I'm looking for. If I do see a red candle on low volume, it's got to be a little larger though, at least to the next support off of that top band of the VWAP, or the support we got marked off at 5664.25. If I see a red candle hit there on low volume and close out, I think that would be a signal for an entry. Just let you know. I don't see an entry yet. All I see is the weakening of this movement up right now, due for a little pullback. So we wait. Oh yeah, and one thing I'm gonna do is get rid of that and turn that instant orders back on, because this whole double click thing, that's just too slow. Too slow. Also, if you notice something, right? This is what you would call a head and shoulders pattern, and usually what that would indicate is it's going to be a drop. So a lot of people are probably faked out right there, and they're all probably like in pain right now. They might have some stops up here. Yeah. So anyway, as I was saying, um, if you notice this little pattern here, people call this a head and shoulders pattern. On the 5 minute, anyway, that's what it's showing. Let's see what it shows on the 1 minute. Yeah, it doesn't really show. I mean, you can still see it kind of head and shoulders. So that's usually an indication we're going down. So a lot of people probably got faked out right there if they were thinking this is going to be a reversal down. I think the Bears are going to be hurting for the next few days. They may be right. We're going to pull back eventually, but you just got to keep up to date and be honest with the facts. Just all be, and by facts, I don't mean what other people say out there. I mean what the actual data is on the charts. That's what I'm talking about when I say facts. Like, look, this volume profile indicator, that's a fact. you know, this volume bar here, that's a fact. The price right now, that's a fact. Now, your opinion about other things happening in the world, that's just opinion. It's subjective. It can be flipped any way, any old which way you want to. You know, politics, your own personal biases, even my theory about how the market maker works. That's not fact. That's just theory and my feelings and opinions about the fact. Now, if my opinion about that influences me in my trading in a good way, well, keep it. Keep it. If it's working out for you until it doesn't, until it doesn't. Just pay attention to the chart itself. Because number one thing is always price, number two is volume. That's really it. Those are the facts, folks. Those are the facts. And also options contracts. Hey, we got so many put orders at this price level, at this strike. That's a fact. Go off of those. Now, how you interpret all these facts, you don't want to get too complex and too crazy because your interpretation of the facts all together, and that becomes way more subjective. The more facts you try to interpret, the more data you try to take in, the more subjective your overall opinion becomes. If you know what I'm saying. So, if we weren't so bullish in the short term, I would probably be shorting right here now again. But I don't know. When I lost on that, it kind of turned me off from shorting. Uh, I'm traumatized. But I think I would be shorting here and targeting this POC because we're bouncing, bouncing right. And the more times you hit support, the weaker it becomes. The more liquidity is taken out. And retail on low volume produces big candles down or up, depending on which way the market maker is absorbing buyers or sellers. It looks like right now that buyers are being absorbed for just a moment here. This is probably something special. I don't know. Once it closes, it'll form like some kind of a pattern for retail traders to go ahead and short. So, I don't know. I don't know. But if I see a break up above this on a green candle with volume, I think I will just go ahead and enter long and just say, hey, we're going to break through and make a new high of the session. And maybe retest the previous high of day. Also, another thing, I don't have this tool because my data doesn't allow it. But if I had, I don't think it does. No. But if I had level two market data and depth of market, what I would be looking for is big sell orders right here. It looks like there may be, and it looks like you know price tends to move away from a big sell order, and it tends to move toward back towards the POC. So it could be the case here, but I'm not really sure. Kind of blind to that right now. We're just looking at volume and price, and taking advantage of the volume indicator and the RSI to help us out a little bit, inform our decision. This little consolidation in this tight range here kind of makes me wonder if we're just ready to drop really fast for a quick sweep down and then up. But look at all this. You really got fair value gap here and here. But who knows? I mean, that could have all just been recovery from that, you know? This may already be accounted for. I don't know. I don't know. This all could just be a squeeze, you know? Short squeeze. Yeah, shorts, shorts, shorts. You know, people are like, oh no, this move up, this is just insane. No, we're still in a bear market, recession, and, you know, all kinds of calamities coming, blah, blah, blah. Because they're manipulated people, you know? We're all manipulated in some way. So they're shorting, shorting. They're like, oh yeah, market open, it's gonna gap down, and we're just gonna go to the basement, you know. But who knows? We may just be consolidating, and we're gonna be shooting up real soon. So I see two candles. I think this is enough confirmation for me just to go ahead and enter long here. I'm gonna do it. Let's go. Yeah, I don't know. I wish I could just put a market order in there. Yeah, as a default. Well, whatever. I'm gonna buy two at market right here. It is done. So 500, right? That's our stop. Maybe we should just do one contract. These stops just seem kind of tight for these ranges. Oh yeah, no target profit. Oops. No. Did I lose? Oh no. Oh, that was my mistake. I lost a little bit on that, but that's okay. I'm gonna keep going here. All right. Stop loss. 500. Right there. Okay. I guess that's the bad thing about instant order placements. You move that target price. Did I even win? No. I lost 50 bucks on that. That's fine. That's okay. I don't mind. Whatever. If we catch this move up though, we're gonna be printing some money. We're gonna be printing. And maybe we'll just let it ride, let it run for the rest of the night. Cause here's the thing, right? I know in this Asia session, unless there is nobody in Asia trading right now, I don't know. But I think there is. I don't think the Asian markets are closed on some kind of holiday today. If they are, I don't know about it. But I expect volume to come in at some point and push the price up. Why do I think that? Because that's what's been happening. I mean, look at it. Except for the very end there. But if you look through the day, I mean, all your green candles were on pretty good volume. I know. Yeah, whatever. I might be dead wrong. I don't know what I'm saying right now. But yeah, if you look at this, you know, all these green candles have been on relatively high volume. And your red candles, relatively low. And when you had this red bar that was a little higher, you see a wick up top. So shows me a little volatility, which is to be expected. It's right around the POC. So I mean, naturally, you're going to have a little bit higher volume there. This mute button on my mic doesn't work all the time. So I don't fall asleep just watching this thing. Let's just do some noodling. Keep us awake, huh? Man, this is boring. Boring, boring. Maybe I should just switch to the NASDAQ futures. You get a lot better price action there, I heard. But I don't know. You don't gain so much on the ticks, so I think it's just more for excitement. Not necessarily dollar amounts, you know. It probably averages out to be about the same. Is that line purple? What is this purple line? Oh, I guess it's just a mixture of blue and red. Okay. It's purple. Hmm. Come on, let's move already. It's like the market has been on put on pause for like the past 30 minutes. Ugh. This is boring. Boring, boring. Whew, this is taking forever to play out. This might take all night, folks. May take all night. I don't know. Man, buyers and sellers really like the prices here, I guess. Just depends. Are there more buy orders and sell orders? Oh, which way does big money want to take this? I'm thinking we're going up. And they're just going to keep trapping the bears the whole time as these hedge funds and institutions just keep buying and accumulating their positions. They're playing the long game. They'll gladly buy it. They have no control over your emotions and the emotions of the masses and the media headlines and how they're spun. But I tell you what, they'll take advantage of whatever they get. And sometimes they have the power to just override news that isn't so terrible. I mean, it may be a little bad, but in the overall context, it really doesn't have any effect. And I saw the fear and greed index today, go up to the neutral territory. So, yeah, I think we're going up, folks. I mean, I really do. I'm convinced now. I think the pain is over, really. And I think if you are brainwashed into a permanent bias, that you can't get snap out of, you're going to lose a lot of money in the coming weeks because we're going up. And by the time we're all the way up, ready for another pullback, you're going to finally be like, oh, okay, I guess we're going up now. And then you're just going to get burned on the other way. So, I would say just don't miss the train. Sometimes, you get several opportunities that you just miss because you're stubborn. Don't be so stubborn. We don't know everything. We don't know what we don't know. All right, are we gonna stay green this time? Come on, let's get out of here. It's time to go. Time to go, people. I got some money to make back. Some fake money to win back here. Come on. Don't be stubborn like this. At least go to the high of the day. You want to test it again? Who are you trying to fake out here? Nobody's fooled anymore. Let's go. I really got to clean up my playing. Keep on hitting bad notes. Maybe I should just expand this so it just doesn't seem so crazy to me. Let's get a little bit better fidelity on the situation, the current situation. Let's see what's happening. Okay, upward move. Yeah, momentum down, but you know what? Down tick on the down move too. So, I mean, cup and handle, right? I don't know. Oh, I'll look for anything right now. Come on, bounce and go, bounce and go. Let's do this. Market maker's asleep right now. Come on. No, I don't want to see that. This is a fast rejection. Come on, let's go. Go. You know you want to. Shoot. Go on. Get now. uh, man, sucks. Sometimes it's like this though. Come on, market maker, where are you? What are you doing? Come out to play. Warriors, come out to play. Any moment now, right? Any moment. Any moment now. Wouldn't it be crazy if it just flatlines and just stays there the whole night, leaving me hanging in limbo here? Oh, wouldn't that be funny? It would not be funny. It would probably be the most boring video, the most boring trading video on YouTube. That's not a goal I'm looking for. There we go. Now we got some life. There. Finally. Goodness, it had to happen sometime, right? Man, long wait though. And right back down. That's not a good sign. I was thinking about moving my stop up or just closing that out real fast, but nah, we'll just keep it. Let's go. Let's go. And you know what? Let's move the stop up. It's ridiculous having it down there. I mean, it doesn't make any sense to have it that far down. We're playing such tight ranges. Yeah, if I get stopped out, so what? So what? Win or lose, no regrets. Just learning. And maybe next time I'll learn. Hey, there's a reason why you want your stop down here. Actually, yeah, underneath that candle. All right, I repent. We'll just leave it there. We'll just leave it there. So that fast move up on low volume. Well, that fast move up and immediate rejection, it just tells me it's very mixed right now. See, this is a lion market, right? We're not really bullish just yet. I mean, we're getting there. We're not really bearish. We're leaving there. We're just like right in the middle. Right in the middle. And the market has to decide which way it wants to go already. Ugh. But just needs a little push from the market maker either way. But we got to go somewhere. Can't stay here forever. We're under that bottom. We're under the top band of the VWAP right now. I don't know if that's really any resistance right this second though. But that POC is really something there. Yeah, prices seem to be respecting it right now. But look, here's the thing that's kind of concerning. You see this? It's going down, high volume, but real mixed bag here. And then another little hump. And this is lower than this. So lower high. I don't know. Don't know really about the bottom. All I know here is that it keeps on hitting this support. So it's kind of worrisome. But also, hey, we've been hitting resistance at the same time. It's not too far of a range here. And we've only hit up here like 3 times so far, though. So I don't know. A lot of sellers up there. A lot of selling going on up at those levels. It's kind of like the grand market on a micro scale here. You know, shoot that. Doesn't this look a lot like Liberation Day right here? Boom, going down, going up, come back down, and if you're looking at the daily chart, it kind of looks like this. And I was expecting us to come back down and retest, and now we've just been going up and then up, and maybe the next move will show us the true direction of the market. You know, maybe. Who knows? But I mean, look, this looks good. We're on the uptick now. Every bounce is like positive for now. So, we'll see. We'll see. Who really knows? Only God knows. All we can do is guess. But I like that candle. It is on low volume still. But we're just beginning this candle, aren't we? Let's see. We're 2 minutes in. Yeah, we're taking off. I think we're good. We keep on hitting resistance, but I don't think the Bears are gonna win here. They keep defending, but eventually we're gonna get through, I believe. Eventually. Big wicks to the top though. I really don't like it. Not liking it as much as I did before, honestly. Ugh. I'm really thinking about just closing this out. Do I want to? You know what? Yes. Yes, I do want to. I do. I do. I think we're just building up the gas, getting rid of all the buyers and sellers. We're mostly the sellers, I believe. We're getting rid of all the sellers before we find new prices and sellers up here. Come on, let's go. Let's go, baby. I'm gonna be patient. Let's just let this play out. It's hard. Totally different time frame, when you're like trading at night, such low volume. Bigger body on that candle though. I think that's the largest body, well, one of the largest bodies so far. One, two, three. Yeah, I think we're gonna hopefully just form a new higher low here and just go on up. Got a little wedge forming. At the end of this wedge, we should determine one way or another. And you know what? If we do go down, we're gonna go down fast. I don't want to get stopped out of 500, do I? We'll go half of that. Cut it in half. People are probably watching. If anybody is watching this, probably like, "What are you doing? You should have just had that there in the first place." Probably. I don't know. The more I think about it, the more I don't like it. At this point. Oh, that's a big body. Let's go. 1 minute in. So, who knows? Might be a big wick. I would love to see a green hammer form here. I love that. That would make me feel a lot better about this situation. There we go. Come on. Come on. Come on, bullies. Pull through for me. There you go. And right back down, right? All right, here we go. That was a good move. Let's lock in 150 there. If I get stopped out, I get stopped out. But hey, that's just how it goes. We could always come back in. I mean, that's a confirmation entry. And I think I got big enough stops. Maybe I'll just do one contract, put a stop pretty low. And then if it gets down against me here in this level, we recover the fair value gap and start bouncing back up, I'll just add another contract. So we'll just prepare for that right now. Going long, right? And market. So we'll see how she goes. Hopefully this runs to the high of day. And if it gets to the high of day and slows down, I'll just take the profit. Now it's getting a little bit more exciting. Finally. Let's look at our volume profile too. Let's see what kind of action we're looking at. Not much action. That's why it went up fast. It went right back down. So let's just buy one right now. And let's move our stop loss down here. Got a little bit more room on the stop. and then we will add another one as soon as we can. Oh, when it looks good, when it looks good. I doubt I doubt this is a good entry. It doesn't look like a good entry right now. It kind of looks like a liquidity sweep before a little dip. Honestly, if you were to ask me, but what do I know? I've been on a losing streak. But you know what? You just got to forget about your losses. Hey, this is a brand new trade, brand new night. Brand new day. So whatever. You lose, you lose. I mean, we all lose sometimes. But I still like this idea. I do think it's going to go and test the high of the day again. We are seeing volume coming in. So yeah, I do think they want to go back to the POC, break that, come down into this zone again, probably around this level. I would guess. I'm going to leave this right here. Let's see if it touches that, and then before going back up again. That's why I only bought one contract because the way that the way that wick formed to stop me out, it just looked like a liquidity sweep to me to go the other way for a short time. But if it does go up and I have more confidence in this upward movement, I may just go ahead and enter in two contracts. Add two to the position instead of one. But we'll see. Just all depends on how I feel at the moment. Our RSI is coming down, so I don't know. You never know what these traders that they get out there, like what indicators that they look at. Are they looking at the MACD? The Mac. All the indicators I think really coincide with each other. Even the moving averages. It's just how do you want to look at it? Whichever indicator is easier for you to read and you're most comfortable with. That's why I don't have too many. I think three extra indicators on this chart is fine. And no, I'm not going to keep paying for this data feed. Well, I mean, not the data feed, but the subscription. I'm going to keep the data feed because I can't trade, even paper trade, I can't trade, on a 10-minute delayed chart. That's crazy. But yeah, I did do the trial subscription thing, and it allows me to put more than two indicators. I can have, I think, up to 10 or whatever, some crazy amount. I don't need that many indicators at all. So I'm going to cancel that trial subscription to TradingView. It's not worth it for me right now. So after that, I will only have two. But what I would do is just delete one, put the volume profile on there because I do like the volume profile. I think that's good information. Mark off the POCs or the significant volume levels on that volume profile. Turn that off again and just put the RSI back on. And then like every, I don't know, half hour or so or whenever I feel like it, just turn on the volume profile again, you know. Mark off the levels again if they've changed. They most likely won't change throughout tonight too drastically to make any significant difference. And yeah, mark it off and make sure the lines are still sound and consistent, and go from there. So I have two lines here. I don't know what this is. Oh, was that price? Oh, okay, that's the price line. Got it. It was red. All right, on the bar. Okay, but yeah, we're still showing support there at the POC. So I probably should have waited for that entry. That's okay. That's why I only bought one. I'm not going to enter into the same trade again because this price action is so slow. So the real movement, if it was during the day, you would have seen this go boop right back down, and then this action would probably be right on the next candle, and where it would take like one candle to do this to go back up, it would probably take maybe two or three candles to go back up on the 5-minute chart. But I think we're okay. I don't know if they're gonna go back down. You know, if this candle closes above the body of that red, I might just go ahead and enter in another contract. Yeah, I don't know. In a tight range still. I thought we were going to escape, but we did not. Still in limbo right now. So what we have now is probably just quick scalpers, looking for 100 to $200 swings in this channel right now. The only thing that was concerning to me is like if we break through that POC, we're gonna probably flip it and go down real fast and then come right back up. You might see a long wick to the bottom. It's funny how that happens sometimes. You see large wick to the top and then the next immediate candle large wick to the bottom in these sessions. Higher volatility on a smaller scale with these small little scalps. Let's see how this bar looks though. If this candle closes above the previous, I'm entering. It looks like we're ready to pop. My pop right now, but let's look at the 1 minute. The 1 minute might be showing us something else, something useful. Let's see. 1 minute. What is it saying? Came down. Good volume there. They really want to push this down, but then low volume. Boop boop boop. On up. Market makers keeping it up here. Or maybe that was just taking profit and people shorting down on the way. So we might have a short squeeze pretty soon. Pretty soon. Let's go back to the 5 minute. And how far are we away from closing this? It's a doge though. Don't like that. Right now it's a doge. But we got 3.5 minutes left, right? No, 2.5 minutes. 2.5 minutes left. Let's see if this red candle doesn't get below the body. I think that's another good entry signal. Anything from here to here on the close of this next candle, I'm in. I'm going to add and enter a full position of two contracts here. And I like to try to get ahead of other traders. There's some traders who just, super strict rules. They're like, no, I'm not going to do anything until this candle closes. I like to play it a little loose. But most of them are just playing it on the 1 minute probably because they're not dumb like I am. But yeah, so let's see. 1 minute and 30 seconds left. You know what? I'm gonna do it. Bye. All right, there we are. Let's move this stop up. And just in case of a stop hunt before the squeeze, put it right there. I don't know why it's 487.50. That's kind of weird, but okay. Oh, I know, because it's averaging the the entry position. Duh. Okay, because I didn't buy the two contracts at the exact same price. Let's see if the POC can defend our stop. I am expecting a squeeze here soon. Again, people just want to keep shorting. I mean, it's really hard to convince traders that this market is going up even with all the signs pointing up. You have some really stubborn traders out there that are like, no, I'm right. And they don't care if they're getting poorer. They just know they're right. You know what? You could be right and you could still be losing money. So I don't know. If your opinion is so important to you where you're willing to keep shorting and get stopped out like this, I mean, go for it. Who am I to argue with you, you know? You're just delaying the inevitable, and that's kind of annoying. But hey, whatever. I'll wait. I'll wait. It's okay. And you know, I was thinking about last night's trading, how I kept getting stopped out, and I was thinking I should have probably just been playing one contract with way longer stops, and I probably would have been much more successful, especially with my bad timing on these entries sometimes. So, lesson learned. If I do reset that prop account, I'll probably just trade one contract at a time next time. Or maybe just, do my regular thing on a micro S&P. But I don't think they allow trading micros there. I don't know on that test account. I have no idea. Yeah, you see that? Isn't that funny? Isn't that funny how it does that? Oh, it's hilarious. Hilarious. We're going to just go lock it in. 112. There you go. All right. It's coming right back down. We'll have another entry here. I'm going to buy one again, because I'm stubborn like that. I'm going to put a big stop on it. Let's see what it does now. Two big old wicks. And that was on volume. Yeah, there we go. There we go. Okay. Let's prepare. Let us prepare to buy again. What a swing. I knew it was going to break eventually, but look at those bears. They're still there, being all stubborn, getting stopped out. And they're like, we're going to short again because we're going to win. And the bulls are probably getting stopped out too here. So let's see. I'm going to bring it up 500, right? Let's see if we get stopped here. The price is moving pretty fast now. Wow, it's getting fun. Finally. Man, that was a long wait. Watch it just have that big doge there. It just goes sideways again, bouncing off that POC. Buyers and sellers seem to really be agreed on this price range. Like, really, really agreed right now. We just got to get them out of the way. And I think that's happening right now. Man, two huge wicks on that. Look at that candle. Like, what is this? What is that? Oh, they really want to keep it here. Look though, we made a new high of day on that. We're getting close to the previous high of day. I think we are going to test that and break it eventually, but I don't know if it's going to happen on the overnight session. It might. We may just hit it and then come on back down within this range, and we'll see where it goes from there. We're profitable right now, but man, look at that. Both ways. It's like, who knows? Who knows? It's a lion market at the moment. Let's put our lion up there. Where's our good buddy? Old lion heart. Yeah, there we go. This is a lion market. You gotta be brave right now. Gotta be brave. do have a profit. We should probably just go ahead and take it. But I'm still confident in this. It's going up, folks. It's going up. Still pretty confident. I don't have anything that tells me otherwise just yet. So I'll tell you, the reason why this goes up and down so fast is because look, no volume here, right? And then it just went down. People were probably like FOMOing or whatever, or taking profit from here. Some poor saps got like, a lot of their profit taken out probably, I would imagine. But they're looking for entries again. You may see this dip again real fast to stop out some bulls, but I don't know. I think it is on the Bears side right now. Let the lion eat the bulls. That's what we're gonna try to do. Or actually, let the lion eat the bears. I should say. Yeah, we're bullish, right? Yeah, that's right. Okay, I gotta remind myself. Yeah, we're bullish. We're going up. We're going up. Recovery. Recession canceled. We'll see. All right, so this is calmer waters here. I don't think we're gonna be seeing wicks like that anytime soon. I think we're just on a steady incline right now. Hopefully this is nice and calm, and we just print money. I don't need it to print like $500 in one tick. I don't mind the nice easy move up. We take one bite at a time. We don't have to get all crazy here. Let's build up some. Let's build up some support. you know, Regular pullbacks are fine. I think the Bears are out now. I don't know. I think they've learned their lesson. Hopefully, I hope so for their sake. But watch, once everybody turns into a bear, that's when we're gonna pull back and just go on back down. It's funny how it works that way sometimes. So we're gonna go ahead and lock in a profit again. We'll say what's good. Yeah, 162. That's good. Yeah, we'll go right down below it. Yeah, let's see how that works out. So I wasn't succeeding very well in trying to leave one runner every time, so I'm not gonna try that again. What I will do is just yeah, if it gets to a point to where it looks like a good entry point again, I'm just going to close my position, take the profit, and then just wait a second or two, let it play out. Look for my another good entry going up. But we are at the top, folks. So, once it gets up here and we start seeing some good resistance or a channel and consolidation, I'm probably going to be looking for a short going back down. But we'll see how that works out. Right here, the big money is probably in play, just keeping this down and keeping this a little calmer. Because, the market maker, they don't want craziness like we saw right just then. They don't want to keep that going overnight, and have a huge gap up the next day. In that kind of market, that shakes out all the sellers and buyers. Well, probably all the sellers at least. But you need sellers. You don't want to get too, you want to like put enough pain on them to where they will want to get their money back and keep shorting and keep selling, you know? So it's all it's all the money, it's all the big money playing us as we keep donating to them every day. All right, so I'm just going to go ahead and take this. Okay, that's a good profit. I like it. Now let's see. Let's look for a red candle on low volume and see if we can hit this high of day here. Next level would be the previous high of day. Yeah, okay, we might actually. That's the real target, I suppose. So let's see if we could play this. It's on its way up, right? We haven't quite recovered this candle yet. So I'm looking for a little pullback somewhere. Uh, should I go to the 1 minute? Nah, I don't know. I expect a pullback to around this level, maybe the POC, maybe. Unless all the sellers have become buyers now. I'm not sure. Maybe they've taken their lashings, learned their lesson, like I had to. I don't know. Some people are stubborn that way, you know? Because they think they're the most intelligent people in the whole world, and they might be. They very well might be, but the market is irrational, folks. Like, it doesn't follow any kind of logic that you would think is logical. Because there's a lot that's hidden away from you as an individual. You're only told and shown what they, whoever it may be, there's different powers in the world, right? But they're only going to show you a partial, very small part of the whole picture. Because you, as a little guy, can only intake so much anyway. I mean, what do you remember from high school? You know what I mean? So think about that. What may be logical in your mind has nothing to do with the plans of the market makers here. But you can know one thing: they're not trying to crash this market. You know, they're not trying to bring this to zero, and they do have power. They do have a lot of cash to support it still. You know, so ultimately, we're always pointing to the sky because there's unlimited potential there. In the long, long run, though, it will come crashing down in one moment. It will just all end. Whether that be your last breath taken in this world, you know, before you are resurrected according to my faith, the faith of Jesus Christ, or until like America is destroyed and you know this whole global economy just comes crashing down and we come up with a new system and some other power rises. You know, it's just how it goes. But until then, let's just have some fun with this. I'm gonna enter into a single contract here again. I like this. I think this is a good technique. We'll just average it out and we'll try to find the best position. We'll just average. Keep our stop safe on that one contract. Would it really suck to lose $500 on one contract? Well, yeah, but that's a drastic swing, and it'll probably be momentarily life changing and change your view for the better. You know, if you need to learn your lesson. So, you know, while it may cost you $500 on one contract, at least you have clarity. You buy some knowledge for the next trade. I much prefer bigger swings because really by nature I am more of a swing trader, not really a scalper. But I would like to get better at scalping. You know, I would. And that's why I'm doing this. So I went ahead and entered. It's looking like we're on our way up. So 500 is right below the POC. Eh, eh, Yeah, I'm comfortable with that. I mean, we got a bullish golfing and candle forming. Low volume, but that's okay. You know, it may form a wick, but I do believe we're on our way up. Probably trying to find another level up here somewhere in between here for consolidation, forming a new POC maybe before finally dropping back down into a range before we go up tomorrow. That's my guess. You know, I can only guess. And Friday, I would expect a big pullback. Big pullback. You know, we end on a red day on this week, but overall green. That would be my prediction. we'll just have to see how it goes. You know, I'm no fortune teller. I try not to predict too accurately the future. I can make my best guess, but you know, it's not fixed. It's not a hard and fast rule for anything. You know, you just got to be adaptable and go with the flow. Go with the flow. I do believe we're going to hit that high of day though. And once we do hit that again, I think I'm going to go ahead and exit this position, look for a re-entry again. Cuz this is all aggressive liquidity right now, I believe. You know, we're discovering new prices to agree on. I mean, buyers and sellers, we were agreeing right here, right? Hey, this is a good spot, but you can't stay here forever because all those buyers and sellers are going to disappear, which they did, and they disappeared fast. And then we went up, right? So I suspect we're going to go up here somewhere, consolidate a little bit, probably right here at the session high of day, bounce off of that a little bit, consolidate in this range maybe. So that's why my target is right here. In fact, I'm just going to do this and move my target price right there for 300. And I don't want to move my stop up because again, that's going to be, you know what? Let's do this. Let's adjust this. I don't know what's what, like what number is what, but we'll just do that. Does that change it? Eh, let's go 100. I don't know if that really changes anything, you know, as far as clarity on what's what. These are ranges a little bit, a dollar range. I don't know. It's pretty big. I'm gonna have to do some research on what the ideal settings for the volume profile would be for my situation. Yeah, we're gonna leave it. We're gonna leave it. It's gonna hit it. I don't know if it's gonna go past it or not. Well, hey, whatever. In two contracts, pulling back. See what it does. It's on lower volume. All right. RSI's coming down. I think we're going to bounce off the upper deviation of this VWAP and just go on up. It's my best guess right now. Let's see if I'm right. Am I right? No. Coming down a little bit further. Quick stop hunt. Maybe. I don't know. That big wick down on that Doge really gives me pause. Let's zoom in a little bit. Where exactly is my stop? Okay. It's like one tick below the POC. If it gets down to the POC, I'll probably stopped out. Hmm. That's volume. Man, should I just cut my losses? I probably should. Probably should. Okay, we're probably going to learn a lesson here. Are we going to find support at this level? That is actually another support line there. You know, not that my line means anything, but just for visual reference, we're going to do this right there. Lock that in. I'll make another line right there. Lock that in. And This is no man's land right here. But if we recover this candle and go up, we're going to go up fast. So who knows how big that green candle coming up is? If there is one coming up, I have no clue, really. I don't know. That's turned out to be a pretty big candle there, for sure. Coming right back into that channel. Those bears aren't giving up. Silly bears. Silly Care Bears. Still haven't learned their lesson. Hmm. Let's see what the 1 minute is looking like. I'm curious as to what these big greens. Wow, that's still crazy looking on the 1 minute, but much bigger wick to the top. Much bigger. This one, that is a solid move. Look on the 1 minute, but the RSI is way down here on the 1 minute, and look, it's flipping up again. So I don't know. Don't know. It looks like it's coming on down. Scary stuff. Scary stuff. Lions and tigers and bears, oh my. In this case, lions and bulls and bears, oh my. All right. Hmm. Yeah, it's just crazy. Crazy, crazy. A lot of liquidity being taken out there. A lot of buyers getting bought. uh, I'm feeling it. Feeling that pain right now. Boy, that was not a good entry, was it? Nope. I should have known better. Okay, lesson learned. On this, when the volume profile looks like this, don't buy there. Or short there. You just don't know because look at the low volume. With low volume, you know, retail has a lot more control over this. And look, it started to go down. People started FOMO selling, right? Now, the market maker or big money or the bears, the buyers, whoever it is, they're going to come in and be like, no, this is it. We're in this consolidation again. Woohoo, we didn't escape yet. Let's just continue. Let's just continue absorbing these sellers, you know. That's probably what they're doing. Oh, nope. Man, it got stopped out again. Oh, but it's low volume though. RSI's coming down. We're gonna look for support. Let's just get some normal candles in play here, and let's get ready for the next jump. I think I'm red on the day. I think I'm red on the day. Man, that's crazy. Yeah, come on down. Okay, so double top formed, right? Kind of. We tested the high of day, and we're coming down off of that. So let's just observe here. Next point is probably right here. I'll mark that off as a key level to to watch. And then the next level would be down here. So if we get a bounce forming another higher low and we consolidate a little bit, I will be looking for another long entry. Last trade of the night. It's going to be the last trade, win or lose. I mean, that's okay. We're going negative. But we're learning. We're learning. Yeah, that's just pure retail right there. That's just the buyers just giving up for a little while, coming back down to a reasonable price until the till the shorts get scared and start taking their profits, and then we'll probably be on our way back up. Let's look at the 1 minute just for a little bit more granular look at this. So, whoop, 1 minute, 1 minute, 1 minute. Hmm. It could be an inverse cup and handle here. We'll see how it acts over here. And if it breaks, boy, I don't know. It's the high of day. Let's look at the volume profile on the high of day. It's still pretty low. So not much consensus there. We might just pop on through. And who knows? Maybe we do gap up for tomorrow. No idea. And people are going to be looking at that gap and they're going to be shorting and shorting. And market maker is going to be able to offload some profit on them to just go ahead and buy again until we learn our lesson, I guess. Let's see how it's going to act off of this. So, boy, that candle, man. Can't even see these volume bars now. Let's go back to the 5 minute. We're going to enter in on the 5 minute chart because we've had more success doing that. So disappointing. Oh, when am I going to learn? So you know what? I'm thinking good support at the POC. I'm going to buy. I'm going to buy again. I'm not scared. I'm going to go ahead and buy 2 contracts. Now, you know what? Yeah, 2. I was thinking about going 4, but now we'll do 2. And because these candles are so crazy right now, I'm going to go ahead 500. Let's see. More candles down? I doubt it. You know, lots of liquidity here. Lots of buyers. Lots of buying pressure down here still. So I'm pretty confident in this. Maybe I shouldn't be, but I am. The RSI is at a reasonable level on the 5 minute. Looks like it's about to flip positive, hopefully. So lagging indicator, so who knows? I mean, oftentimes I see it, those lines, and I'm like, oh, it's about to cross, and then it doesn't. uh, there is no indicator out there, no matter what anybody tells you, that can predict the future. You know, oh, we don't have any lagging indicators. Lie. They're all lagging indicators, folks, because you can only deal with what data is available to you right now. So don't fall for all that stuff. For me right now, I'm just playing the level. You know, I'm pretty confident in the POC right up here. And if it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. It may just come down here to the next secondary POC, but I think we're going to be going up here because it's still, I don't know, still a lot of consolidation to happen over here, I believe. I could be missing stuff too, you know, what's ever happened out there. Maybe World War III just broke out and this thing will just go plunge down, but whatever. I have no control over those things. Right? So, we're just learning. We're learning. We're getting better. We're getting better. And I like the look of this next candle. It's looking good. Last trade. Last trade. So if it does go up there to the session high of day, I'm just gonna try to move my stop loss up to a reasonable place and go to sleep and see what happens tomorrow morning. And we'll just go to sleep on hopes and dreams here. Never know. So I was planning on just doing an hour every night, but I think I'm just gonna do like it. I'll allow it. Whatever. If we go 3 hours till midnight, my time, I'm in Mountain Time. If we do that, then that's fine. But I am gonna take a break tomorrow. I'm not gonna do this on Fridays. I think I just need some time to just relax, watch TV when I get home from work, and go to sleep so I can sleep in the next day. And yeah, we're only going to do this Sunday through Thursday instead. We'll leave Friday alone. I may peek in, just to keep track, but I'm not going to be up here recording a trading session or anything. And look, on the week, right? We just started $1,600. If you had 10,000 and then you saw 11,600 at the end of the week, that's still a pretty good week. I'd take it, I'd take it. It's better than seeing red down there, right? And even if we do lose this last one, I don't mind, you know, an $1,100 week. Hey, that's $1,100 you didn't have before, right? So, not bad overall. And, as we go along, we'll get more clarity on what's going on. It's much easier to play a bull run. All you're doing is looking for pullbacks and looking for key support areas and just entering long every time it hits that support area. And you're usually golden as consumer confidence rises, trade deals get made, China, and the U.S. comes to a trade deal. If that happens, just look for this thing to just take off or just rocket up. But once all that craziness is over, and we're probably in like 2 years into Trump's term, we'll probably have a steady incline, just like we saw over Biden's presidency. You know, and we'll just play it from there. But the market definitely needs more clarity. Right now it's very uncertain. So I'm just gonna play it by ear. And right now, it looks like it wants to just go up. You know, I mean, look, you see this double top, right? Kind of right here, but it came down, right? A new low. But then see this consolidation here. It went up again, but it went up a little lower, right? But now we're seeing support here, which is a higher low. So I'm still confident in this upward move. That's why I entered in this trade, and I do believe we're gonna hit this area sometime soon, sometime overnight. Not sure when, not even sure how, but I'm more sure that it will. Now, if it comes down and stops me out before it does, no hurt feelings on my end. I'm okay with it. But it does look like this is the end of that downward move. So I'm thinking we're finding support here in the range of this POC. It's not exactly on the POC, but it's just right around there. So, nothing, this isn't like hard and fast here. It could be, let's move this down a little bit. Should be more of a range on this bar. Actually, yeah, now we're going to delete it. We don't even need it. I mean, it's going right through the middle of that thing. So, let's just see. We'll see how it goes. I'll just be here waiting. Waiting. I am severely disappointed that it dropped like that again, though. What a bummer. I would have much rather seen us just keep going to the next level, but not yet. Not yet. Ugh. I really do have to be more patient. I gotta wait, to see smaller candles. But even there, like I should have seen. Look at this. See that low volume there? And I entered in. I should have waited for that candle to close with such little volume. But it's just that matter of FOMO, fear of missing out. I'm like, oh, but if I don't enter in here, what? Am I going to enter in here so I could just get stopped out? And I just lost big time anyway. I should have just moved my stop up here too, but I would have probably been pretty upset that I got stopped out there. But would I have been? No, because I wouldn't have lost a whole like 400 some dollars or 500. You know, it just depends on how you look at it. As I say, win or lose, no regrets. Just getting better at this until we finally are consistent. And I'm shooting for at least a 75% accuracy rate, and just having the ability to end green instead of red. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna sell here because we're going back to the session high of day, I believe. I mean, this little band here is serving as a little bit of resistance, but I'm expecting another short squeeze going up. Those those silly Care Bears, they just don't want to learn. Now you see, it's cool, right? If you were like the man, and you shorted this very top and got that quick scalp, great. But that's not how most of us want to trade, folks. I mean, that's crazy. You want to catch that move like that, even if it is a 5 minute candle in an overnight session. You don't want to do that. You think you can time that scalp? Go ahead, try. You might get lucky a few times, but you're gonna lose more than you win. You don't have that kind of money. I mean, if you really do have that kind of money to make this market move that way, then go for it. But most of us don't. So I'm just trading like the average Joe, which is why I get destroyed sometimes. But that's okay. It comes with the territory. You can't be married to it. It's just like Jesus said, right? He that seeketh to save his life shall lose it. I mean, that's just plain and simple. It's going to happen. But then he said, he that loseth his life for my sake shall find it. And what is it good to lose your life for? The way? You know the way forward now. You learn your lesson. The truth. You have more knowledge. And you actually know what's going on. You're not in the dark like everybody else. And the life. You find out the true meaning of life and the true value of things. It's not in what you have. It's not in your temporal circumstances. It's in your gratitude for what you do have. And what you do have and what is built into every single human being in this earth is the ability to learn and grow and develop. All right. You just can't become a sensational day trader overnight, folks. This takes a lot of work, and I have not even yet begun to put in the necessary time and effort and work that it takes to actually be successful in this endeavor. Again, that's why only 1% of people succeed, because they're lost, they're getting taught wrong, and they don't have the gumption or the willpower to actually make this happen. It just depends. If you really don't want to make this happen, then don't. Go find something else to do. Real estate is probably one of the best investments you can make. Go buy houses and sell them. You know, live in your house, buy your next house, wait for the real estate market to come up, maintain your house, then sell it for a profit, and then buy a better house until you work your way up to like $1 million house. Now you're living in $1 million house and you got a lot of equity now, right? As long as you have a steady income, folks, that's the most important thing. I cannot stress the importance of actually working, whatever you're doing, and just having a steady income until you can work for yourself, until you do find something to where, you know, you can sustain whatever you need to sustain. But you got to be content with your current situation, because if you're not, you're going to be desperate. You're going to do things you don't want to do. You're going to make crazy mistakes. You're going to take gambles and risks you probably should not take. You're going to be, yeah, and you're going to lose big time, you know? That's when somebody needs to come in and just set you straight. Like, hey, dum dum, what are you doing? You're way, you're way out of your league right now. Calm down. And maybe that's why prop firms and prop accounts are good for some people. Instead of like blowing $10,000 of your own money, you could just blow $2,000 of a test account and get reset and just keep doing that, losing like 150 at a time or whatever the cost of it is, and until you learn, until you gain the skills you need, maybe. But really, prop accounts are not for me. I'd rather I'd much rather just paper trade and just do options. I'm pretty good at predicting bigger movements of daily. I think I'm more accurate in that regard. I've been doing okay with it and steadily growing. I do have dips, but that's okay. It's just like the stock market. Sometimes your portfolio goes up, sometimes it goes down. It's all right. Every day's a new day. Just if you're winning more than you're losing, just stick with your reasoning. Don't question yourself. You're not going crazy. Don't let the market gaslight you. Just steady as she goes. Like that song. Steady as she goes. Whatever it is. So I am letting this play out. Um, if you're watching this right now, I am letting it play out because I am looking for a bigger profit on this trade. My goal is 1,000 on this trade. All or nothing, baby. So what I would prefer, right, is for it to jump up to like $1,000 level or more, form a good structure, find some good support, lock in 500, and then just let it run, let it ride. That would be the ideal scenario. I think it will play out. It just takes a little bit of patience, and I can wait. I can wait a little bit. I am getting tired, but that's okay. I'm willing to wait. So, I've been thinking about it, right? I think I got an explanation for these wicks, and see how they're almost equidistant from the middle, right? So what I think that is because they're so low volume. Um, the market maker, whoever is in play right now, needs that liquidity, and there's not much out there right now. So that's why if I had a real market order, like if I had a real market order of a stop loss right here, say down here, I wouldn't even be surprised to see a wick take me out to go up because there's not many out there right now. I don't think. I don't have a depth of market chart, you know, graph, whatever, but that's what I suspect. There's such low buy and sell orders out there. That's why you see these big wicks. Anyway, that's my explanation. If any of you have a better explanation, please enlighten me. And I want to show you another thing about this market manipulation, right? This pattern here, this flag, I'll draw it out for you, and I just want you to see about like how perfect it is. This is on purpose, all right? Like this doesn't just happen. When you see these patterns on the charts like this, know this that the ones in control with the most money in the market at this very moment, they want you to see this. For whatever reason they have, that's just what they do. So I don't know. We'll just draw this. Look at that. A bull flag, right? So traders will be trading up here. In fact, this should probably go down. You know? But look, equidistant from this little channel here, equidistant from this channel. So we may be forming a ranging channel until we get over here. We come down, bears start selling, they get stopped out, we go up, and maybe we just form a new channel up here and break the high of the day. But who knows what's going on here? Maybe we just come right back down, you know. But I think this is already accounted for back here. I don't know. I'm not sure. Not absolutely sure. I know this. There is a gap for sure on this session. But if you notice, the volume on this is way bigger than this. So who knows what's going on right there? I I don't have an answer. I'm not that smart. But yeah, so remember the POC is down here too. So we may just go ahead and keep bouncing off of that for a little while. But yeah, so when you see these patterns, just know whoever is in control of this, you know, they they have control over these patterns that you see. And you just got to wonder like why? Why are they making this? Is it a fake out? Or maybe they're just trying to attract more liquidity in the overnight session, more buyers to come in and put their real money in so that they can go up, you know? And because, yeah, the market maker may have all the shares they need right now, maybe. All indications point to, hey, we got ours, let's go up. But they can't go up without people buying, especially when you got the media spinning everything negative against the president and blaming him for whatever, I don't know, these prices in the future that are going to come up and inflation skyrocketing and blah, blah, blah. It's difficult to generate buyers in this market. So, what is the market maker going to do? They're going to make some bullish signs one after another until the bears finally break the spell and change their mind. You know, that's how I look at it. But anyway, so I want you to see, right? That price action right there, you see how it hit there? Who has the power to do that, right? Keep this pattern going. The big money. Retail has no power over that, but the the market maker, they have the ability to like, hey, we're going to keep buying and keep putting in orders, limit orders here, limit buys. It's not going further than that unless we say so. So they absorb the sellers, sell, 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 but the big money has the power to keep buying, to keep that support. And then retail traders who are taught the techniques by these very institutions, you know, they start they start buying here. That's how that's how liquidity is generated. There's more than one way to skin a cat, and these patterns formed by the big money. That's how they do it. And then when it gets up here, they're like, oh, okay, now we're gonna sell, sell, sell. Keep absorbing the buyers till it drops, and then they go up again, drops, go up again, you know, until it forms this pattern over time. Just playing off of these levels, key levels here, you know, and that's how it's done, folks. And yeah, you know, you may see the price go over here a little bit, and you just adjust your trend line. Yeah, still a bull flag. But that's how they play us. Like we're the instrument, and they play us, and they play a song. You just gotta know what song they're playing and where the notes are. Really, and you're golden if you can figure it out. That's why we're doing this. We're trying to figure it out. And also, if they're trying to get more sellers into the market so they can accumulate, what they will also do is they know that, hey, people are probably moving up their stops because they're still dum dums and they think that this imaginary line actually means something. So they put their stops there, and then you'll see a liquidity sweep before going on up. You know, and people argue, well, like, yeah, that's why I just trade levels. I don't trade patterns or whatever. It doesn't matter. I mean, it's all the same game. You know, all these indicators, all these pictures you see, it's just showing the same thing, same action. All right, the same action, and of course, with the same action, you produce the same pictures. You produce the same kind of data, same image. I'm gonna keep it there. But we very well we may well just go sideways in this and go up or down. I don't know. I don't care. I don't really care. Tomorrow's another day, but I think this will end our week here on Thursday. Sunday to Thursday, right? And we'd be at least up 1100 on the week. I think that's okay. We ended off on a little downtrend there. But that's all right. It's actually not a full week because I did spend that one day trading that prop firm account. So we did make two trades at the end, unfortunately, with a net loss. But yeah, we're just getting into the groove, right? Getting into the groove. And we'll be more regular here, more consistent. I expect a real pop here any moment. Something like this. Something like this. There's like nothing there. Like, where are the buyers and where are the sellers? I don't know. They're just not there. It's like the market has been put on pause for a second. Hmm. It's flipping that POC. Yeah, no, maybe. Yes. There's more volume coming in. Care Bears see their opportunity. Go ahead. Just do it. Stop me out. That might just be a liquidity sweep. I don't know. Getting some stops. And, you know, this could just mean nothing. I mean, there's probably not even enough traders, retail traders in this thing right now to even make that legit. So, probably just playing these channels here, which is dangerous for me right now, right? Because I am above this key level here. We have a new POC up here, right? Like I told you, we probably go up, form another POC, consolidate for a while, and then go back up. But this is another area of interest here. We may just go right back down before going back up, or we may just drop down to the floor, back to here. Look at the range on this VWAP though, from 5670 all the way down to 5625. That's like almost 50 points on this VWAP range here. It's crazy. But that's what happens when you have low volume and crazy price action. I don't know the exact formula, but I know it has to do with volume, it has to do with price. If you have less volume and more price action, these deviations get bigger. I know that much, I think. I might be wrong, but that's as far as I can understand it right now. Oh, let's see. Let's go. Let's get up there. Got to go to sleep. Is it going to reverse here or what? Bounce? Yeah, I think so. Let's bounce. Short squeeze, right? Do we have any shorts in here? Or was that all just buyers selling? Or is it just market makers selling to themselves? you, know, you never know. You never know. Those are three strong red candles there, though, on that way down. But still, any significant action, volume? Not really, not just yet. The RSI is pretty low right now, so I would say this is in oversold territory. And all indications to me right now is just up. So I think my stop is safe. I think. I hope. I wish. But that doesn't mean a dang thing. It's going to do what it's going to do. And I could be annoyed that it's taking so long to just do one way or another, but hey, that's how it goes, you know. I'm not going to let myself get annoyed. Just what needs to happen. It's going to break one way or another. I bet you there's a lot of people if they're looking at this chart with me right now, they're thinking about going long. Much better entry than I took back then. I should have probably just gone ahead and taken my profit, you know. But I really do think this has a lot of potential to get up to the previous high of day and just break it for a little bit and then come back down and probably come down below the session high of day, or actually below the previous high of day at least, maybe to the upper channel of that. And tomorrow we may see, as I said, uh, coming down. I don't know what I'm going to do tomorrow. I may just not buy any options contract, depending on how the first minutes of the market open looks. If it goes up really fast, then I'm probably going to buy a put, honestly. And if it goes down towards the range of the previous low of the day, I'm probably going to buy a call. You know, go the opposite way. Because I don't know, from my experience, which is very little, I find that the initial move is usually the setup for the rest of the day to go the opposite direction. It's kind of like a diving board. You know, you jump down. Yeah, you're gonna go down for a bit, but then you're gonna spring right back up without the whole plunge down into the pool. That happens too. That's called a dead cat bounce. I mean, that could happen also. And this whole thing could be a dead cat bounce on a macro scale. But I don't know. I'm not really sure. According to the large scale, chart, I think this is it. You see sharp drops like this, and last time during the COVID thing, right? You saw a V-shaped recovery, they call it, and then last time with tariffs, in Trump's first term, it was kind of the same deal, almost exactly like what we're seeing now. And afterwards, it just kept going up. As Trump became more popular, as his presidency went on, people started changing their minds, and overall sentiment started to go up. People were making good money, people were employed, and old Trump was making America great again. Whatever that exactly means, but, you know. And yeah, I think that's what's going to happen again. And as more trade deals get made, that's when the market maker will find their liquidity, and they probably won't have to nudge the market that much anymore, and it'll just have a steady incline. steady incline. I don't know though. Hey, we could be in for the next Great Depression. You know, just never know the future. But if that happens, you know what? Start shorting. Change that line. The only reason I got that line up there is because I'm not 100% sure we are in permanent bull territory just yet. We're kind of in flux right now. But I tend to lean towards the upward movement right now. But I could be dead wrong. So you got to be ready to change your mind and change your trading strategy to go along with the trend. I would greatly advise to not go against the trend because your profit, is limited there, and your risk is pretty high. You have a higher risk there than your reward, than your upside. Much bigger downside when you go against the trend. So don't do that. I would say just go with the trend. Whichever way the market's going, hey, don't fight it. Just ride it. You know, go with it. Like judo. Use their own momentum against them, right? Come on. You know you want to bounce. Let's go. Get up there. Do one. Do something. Like go up, go down. Do something already. No, there's somebody out there with a lot of money ready to pull the trigger. I won't even be mad if I get stopped out right now. Such low volume though. And you see the downtick on that volume on the last three candles? That's showing me that, yeah, this is going up sometime, but maybe not before it stops me out and drops below that imaginary support level there. The magical, the magical support and resistance lines. 1 minute 20 seconds left on this candle. See, they just keep extending this little bull flag out, tempting more buyers to come in. And see, that's where they're coming in. They're like, oh, maybe not. I don't know. I hope so for this trade's sake, but that's what they like to do, folks. And you know what? It'll really make you mad if you have an options contract just getting destroyed on theta decay. Because you could very well be right on the next direction, but as time goes on, your contract loses value. And even if you do ride this wave down or up, whatever you got, you could still lose money. And that's the bad thing about options contracts. That's why I like to do, at least weekly to monthly, kind of out of the money. I try not to go too far out of the money, but because if you're way too far out of the money, you need a lot more time for your idea to play out either way. But this market's been kind of crazy though. I've seen contracts. I bought some crazy out of the money contracts, and just on those big swings, you still profit if you sell it or buy it. Yeah, sell it. Because it's a contract, you buy or sell it. So, yeah, it's a little weird right now. There's a real fight going on. You got propaganda against propaganda. Who's gonna win? Have no clue. Have no clue. So, that last candle closed, bearish engulfing candle. On a little higher volume too. Not looking good for my stop. But maybe we see this candle turn green and the volume start increasing. That would be good. Bad for my sleep, but good for this paper trade. But I'm willing to pay the cost, you know. Knowledge and experience costs you. It costs you your time, it costs you your attention, your energy. You just got to be willing to make that investment. And if you are, do it. You know, if you decide to do this, then do it all the way, right? I say everything you do with your might as unto the Lord. That's my attitude. And we're going to learn. Okay, so that's good. Seeing some good support, maybe, or maybe just a pull back for a move down. I don't know. Just a little bounce, mini bounce before dropping the floor out on this thing. Could be. Hey, but you know what? I'd much rather see a big old candle take me out than just a little tiny candle just tipping it and then going right back up. You know what? We're gonna put our stop loss. I like $1,000 on the week at least, so we're gonna move our stop loss right here. I may have just given away $100 more, or I may have just defended my position, but we will see. Like this large candle did not go down below it. This one did not go. Looks like we've recovered that, and it looks like my old stop would be stopped out any second now. Still low volume though, so I'm thinking it's gonna bounce. It's just I think I have a greater chance of sticking in this trade, staying in with my stop down here, and I'm willing to lose 600. I would love some runners. I would love this thing to just turn around and shoot to the moon, or actually, let's be more reasonable. Shoot to the high of the previous day at least. Maybe break it, make new highs and gap up. I don't know. We've been seeing a lot of gaps lately. You know, maybe that's the difference in thinking on the east side, you know, the Asian side and the US side. Big culture difference, probably, and different thinking. You know, the news likes to portray like foreign countries hating on President Trump, you know, even worse than us. And that might be true for like the socialist countries, like, you know, Europe, Sweden, Denmark, places like that. Could be. But I don't know. We're talking about Japan, right? I think Japan likes Trump, actually, in my opinion. I think they like Trump more than much more than Biden, because I think Japan really appreciates, and these other Far East countries like Taiwan and Japan, Singapore, you know, I think they like Trump because he stands up to China, and he is standing up to China, and China's been a big problem for them out there in the Far East. I believe that they have a much, you know, more positive outlook on what Trump is trying to do. And I think they enjoy seeing, well, they don't enjoy seeing it, but I think they don't look upon China's situation, economic situation, as negatively as others. And I think that overall their opinion is probably more positive. Now, hey, you may have seen anecdotal evidence of videos, you know, of people interviewing people overseas, and oh yeah, they all hate Trump. But remember, it's just like statistics. They can show you whatever they want. Just like these trading gurus out there, you know, they might have like 10 accounts they're trading, right? Or two, and they'll just do the opposite on one account than the other, and whichever one that wins, that's the one they'll show you. You know what I mean? That's what I would do if I wanted to deceive people. But this is the same account, folks. You know, I'll show you the history and how we've been doing. We started off great, like wow, awesome, right? Green, 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 red, green, red, green, 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 red, 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 green, neutral, red, 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 green, red. It's just like the market, you know. You win some, you lose some, but hopefully you overall win. All right, here it comes. Three big candles. All right, they're coming. The bears are coming for us. Those Care Bears, they want their revenge. And even if I do get stopped out, though, look, it's still a new high. You know, it's a higher low, right? Yeah, look at that. Wow. Okay, folks, we're done. That's it. We end the week off green 1,000, right? Pretty bad day of trading, but that's okay. We'll take it. A lot of lessons learned, you know, lots of lessons learned, and that's what matters right now. Because you know, no skin off my back. That's fine. I'll take 1,000. 1,000's better than neg 1,000. So, yeah. In any case, what am I gonna do tomorrow? I have no idea. This is a mixed bag right here. The market just doesn't know what's going on right now. Nobody really knows. Um, yeah, it's a lion market right now. But I might enter a contract tomorrow. I might not. I just don't know yet. In any case, hope you all have a blessed one today. Whoever's watching, or whatever day you may happen upon this video. I doubt that this video will be seen much, but anyway, God bless you. And this is A Team Trading Strategies signing off.